All right, we left off last week. I had told you guys my story about Luna, and I said I was going to move on. And these are the things I'm doing or I have done over the last week in order to help myself move on and move forward. So, as I stated last week, it was kind of a shock. Everything that happened, how fast it happened, and you feel a little anxious after something like that. And I think really crypto is very much a mind game. You really need to be mentally prepared for all the volatility, and you need to make adjustments over time in order to do that. And that means, sometimes making some changes. I had some other factors that were weighing on me in the last 6 months or so. Savings are depleted. I just kept getting hammered by expenses I didn't expect, medical expenses, pets going to the ER costing 3 grand to over the weekend to get them better. Cars, car expenses, multiple cars having problems. A water heater went, a dryer went, unexpected college expenses, and unexpected taxes after doing my taxes. So that all depleted savings, and that all means that adjustments sometimes have to be made. So in my case, as I said last week, I felt like I had too much crypto on centralized platforms, and the main argument that I had there was that I felt that the crypto that's being lent out on those platforms was definitely being used to for the people who are manipulating the market during the Luna collapse. And so that had me revisiting my stance on that and how much I'm willing to put there. So I've reduced what I have on the centralized platforms and took it into self custody, and I'm no longer as comfortable with stable coins as I once was. The UST implosion will do that to you. I don't think that USDC is quite at the risk that UST was, but still, there is a risk. So what I wound up doing was exchanging some USDC for USD, and then actually moving back in the bank account. And that's a first. I haven't done that since 2018. I have not pulled funds back into UST into bank account. And it's a good exercise to go through just so you know how it works and how long things take and what to expect. And I also wanted to ensure that my largest altcoin holding was in profit, which is ETH. So last year, during a big run up, I actually took my original investment of ETH off the table. So I was, I couldn't. I was in a position where I wouldn't lose anything. But now I wanted to actually lock in some profits. So I sold 5% of my ETH position in the last week, took it off the table. So that's another thing that just it's again, I say it's a mind game. It's something that you have to uh, have in the back of your mind so that it gives you a little bit of confidence moving forward. And like I said, since 2018, I had never pulled anything back. So the exercise I went through, I transferred the USDC into Coinbase, and then I converted that to USD. And I did those transfers, I think, either late Friday night or Saturday. I started them, and I noticed that they didn't hit. They didn't come until Monday, and then they all came the same day, even though I didn't issue them all at the same time. And then I did one more transfer during the week, and that one came on the same day. So just another thing for you to expect. So, state of the market, what's my opinion? A couple of months ago, I really started feeling it, but it really is starting to feel awful like a lot like 2018 when I first got started. So my gut feel is that we're really not going to hit any more all-time highs until after the next halving. So there'll be a lot of ups and downs, maybe a lot of fake outs between now and then. But my feeling is that we're just going to kind of chop around, and hopefully we won't dip too low to get a lot of people worried. But there may be some opportunities to pick some things up really cheap if we do have a dip. And so the nice thing about this is that I no longer feel that there's a big rush for some parabolic run that's coming to rush into anything. So the mantra of the day here is, dollar cost average. You pick the projects that you really want to be in, and just over time, you just add a little bit and allocate over time. So what's next? This is the market that I started this channel for. So the people that I'm trying to help are people that are just getting started now and are basically 4 years behind me. So I think that I have perspective that it could offer people like that and hopefully avoid grief for y'all and hopefully point you in the right direction for some things and help you along to get prepared if and when we have another big bull run. So I'm hoping that the audience here is going to drive the content now. So questions, send them to me, and I'll talk to you guys later.